So I guess the premise of how this series will go is initially I'll be doing like the uncut walking and such with narration over it. Then I'll start transitioning to clips of progress or little things that happen like levels, random events maybe, or little milestones for my account. Um, Quest we'll do our best to like narrate over, but we'll see. So for the video below, here's an example of like how my tree runs go. Just the harvesting though. I can show the planting later, and the farm runs are the birdhouses. But for tree runs, it really matters if I have the saplings to be able to plant and harvest the next day. And all these saplings are always around 16 hours. The higher level the tree is in the future, it might turn out to be like 3 days, but we'll see. Um, for the farm runs and the birdhouse runs, I usually mix in other stuff while I'm doing it, like some sort of skilling, but I'm not at the stage where I want to just run around across the world and only pure do those skillings of farming, bird houses, and anything else that I do along the way. So for tree runs, which is for both fruit trees and normal trees, besides the planting at least, I start in Varrock, head to the spirit tree in the Grand Exchange, teleport to the gnome tree village for this fruit tree, and then back to this tree for the to teleport to the gnome stronghold to get both my normal trees and fruit trees. There's extra tree planting spots in Falador and Brimhaven, but for now I only have these. And I guess from here you could just watch how I finish off my tree run. that's how you plant trees. And if you can follow along with that, with the pathing, we start in a rock here. We're gonna walk all the way up to our tree patch here. We're gonna walk on to our spirit tree. The spirit tree will take us all the way down to here. And from the spirit tree, walk out of the gate to our tree over here, and then we'll head back. And once we head back to the spirit tree will take us all the way to here. Then we have a fruit tree here, and we have a normal tree right here. And once we have that, we're gonna take our teleport all the way to right here. And then we'll take the fairy here to right here. Then we have our fruit tree right here. Then once we hit that, we'll finally take our last trip, and we'll teleport from there all the way to Falador. And Falador, we have our last tree right here. Also, here's a state of our account. So the goal of the account right now is to, well, the end goal is to like finish all the quests, get a quest cape, max all my skills, get the skill cape, and I can get the max cape. But for now, it's just to obtain the full graceful, which will help me out with the long run. And you can see I already have a few pieces of it. It helps me with my farm runs, questing, which requires me to run around, my birdhouses, and everything, since it speeds up stamina recovery and reduces my overall weight, which lets me also run longer. I like to mix it in with my Ardoon and Canifis farm runs along with the birdhouses, because it's a pretty good time passing skill, and it's better than just mining or something like that. Each of these rooftop runs take about like 1 minute, and I'm already at over 500 minutes of this, but I have a few more hours of this to complete full graceful, I believe. There are other rooftops I could do for better XP an hour, but this rooftop has the shortest rooftop course, which means higher chance of marks of grace every lap. So I'll just be here till I finish, and I'll see you then. Here's an example of my birdhouse runs that I do between my agility. It starts with me teleporting to Fossil Island and then taking a mushroom teleport thing to my birdhouses. I make birdhouses out of the clockwork and the wood, and I can only harvest them every 50 minutes, so it's a pretty decent passive XP for me. Level 48 hunter, and for a total of 1,225. Back on the rooftops for 57 agility. We got 30 marks graces, so that means I can go get a new piece of a graceful outfit, and I think we're gonna be going for probably the gloves. Got a pet mark. Now we can go buy the gloves. Ah, 2 more pieces to go. Now, back to rooftops and farming. I forgot that my YouTube uses the same audio output as my OBS, so I has had a bunch of YouTube videos going over my farm runs. So for now, you can just see that I'm just harvesting my herbs. You don't get to see my strawberries or any of the other, you know, things I could plant. So sorry about that, just so you know. Per your request, I'll be making a bunch of darts to get fletching XP while I do my agility training on the rooftops, and this will just be like a lot more APM work, but it's a lot of XP all around. But it won't be like as AFK when I run on rooftops, so that won't be as fun. But we'll see how it goes. I need this fletching XP anyway, so if I can get 52 XP, I can get broad arrows, and those would be my best XP for wall and my best ranging ammo. And we'll see how we do it. In the next video, I'll just be doing more rooftops and also doing the darts, and I'll show that. But for this video, for this clip, I'll go back an hour to showcase how my farm runs usually go. I'm also gonna end it on after this clip. This was the first vid, and my planning isn't very good, and I'm also learning how to use this editor, so we'll see. For this farm run, since I haven't done it yet today, I have to de-weed the allotments, and then I can plant my seeds. I can either use compost, super compost, or ultra compost to protect the plants from diseases and also increase their minimum and maximum harvests. There are a few more allotments across Gielinor, but I only use Ardoon and Canifis as they're not far away from my rooftop training, and it's convenient passive XP. Eventually I could use the farming guild at Hope City to do the tith runs, but that's when I'm more focused on farming. Also, to make compost, I can simply put the weeds in the compost bin or other vegetables, fruits, and then it takes around 90 minutes for it to turn to real compost. I can take it out with buckets. Here I teleport to Canvas, use my ectophile, which I finished from doing, which I obtained from the Ghost Ahoy quest. I filled this compost bin a while ago, and then I forgot to use my compost potion on it, which turns it from normal compost to super compost. And now that I know I can make super compost and ultra compost super simply, I will be doing that a lot more often because it helps out a lot with obtaining a lot of my plants. Also, the Canifis allotment is kind of annoying because there's this vampire that always spawns nearby, and he can start hitting you while you're trying to do your plants. And if he hits you, you can stop your action, so I do my best to try to get him caught on like some of the terrain, but it could be tedious. well, that's the end of the video because I'm done for the session, but thanks for watching. There's a lot I will be improving on, and the videos will get shorter, I believe, but I'll do my best to keep them somewhat interesting with progress. The videos will probably start turning to a few days worth of compilative stuff, but we'll see what happens. And see you next time. Take care.